In Kerbal Space Program, there's perhaps no more recognizable or massive building than the Vehicle Assembly Building, or the VAB. So some friends and I decided to see what it would take to build Kerbal's VAB in Minecraft, to scale, or at least as close to scale as we could get. We quickly discovered just how massive the VAB is. 98 meters tall to the roof, 105 meters if you go to the top of the helipad. And while the interior of the VAB is 64 by 64 meters, when one includes the shell and attached buildings, it ends up being 94 meters from front to back and 204 meters from side to side. Despite this, we decided to go ahead and attempt to build a scale model of the VAB in Minecraft. So let's take a tour, starting with the outside. Here is the front of the VAB. We've left the doors open so you can get a good look inside. From here, you may not quite get the scale of how large this building is yet. Next is the back of the building, complete with big yellow doors. If we get closer, we can see windows and a small door as part of the larger door. We also have several stories of very large windows going up the length of the VAB. Next, to the left, we have 3 small buildings to the SPH side of the VAB. These buildings come complete with windows, AC units, and yes, another big yellow door. Also note the large design on the side of the VAB building itself. Moving along, we come back around to the front of the VAB, where we have windows up the side, and a partially built runway to the launch pad, which we found out consists of between 25,000 and 30,000 square meters of material if we made the entire length, and that doesn't include the launch pad itself. Continuing around the building, we arrive to the tracking station side of the VAB, where we find a series of increasingly taller buildings starting from the outside and building in. On this side we have stairs leading up to the side of the VAB. They're even climbable. On the far side, we have another set of large yellow doors and a set of slightly smaller but still quite large doors. You can also see the same design on the wall as on the other side of the VAB. All of these buildings come complete with AC units for your comfort. Finally, we arrive at what was probably the hardest part of the exterior to actually design, what appears to be perhaps a set of offices near the rear of the building. And of course, the VAB wouldn't be complete without its roof. The roof of the VAB includes 4 smaller buildings on top, as well as the famous helipad. The helipad platform has 4 large windows angling up its side, as well as 2 staircases leading up to the top. As before, these staircases are climbable. We also did find out that the gaps under the helipads also make for excellent monster spawners in Minecraft. Overall, the exterior of the VAB is a complex and impressive bit of work, and demonstrates the true scale of the building in KSP. But enough about the outside, what about the inside of the VAB? On the inside, as in the game, you can see the open door, the lines marked on the floor, the racks of materials on the right and left, and windows and large doors in the back of the VAB. But you might not get the sheer scale of the building unless you start exploring. One of perhaps the more fun things to build were all the rafters in the top of the VAB. And from here you might be able to see just how high we are off the ground. Looking up, we can also see the large windows that we saw on the roof of the VAB angling up to the helipad. This project took over 2 months to build, working full days every Saturday as well as random times in between. I don't want to guess how many blocks made up this building, but I would guess it would be easily in the tens of thousands. This building taught me more about how the VAB is constructed in KSP than I probably ever really wanted to know. But despite the time and effort it took, I think the result is an impressive and rewarding structure that I'm glad to have worked on. I hope you enjoyed the tour of KSP's VAB in Minecraft.